Here we go. Everything's locked and rolling. Okay. Let's give this a shot.
I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
I'm just got nervous.
So, what is farm planning? Like, define it as a concept.
You go for it. You're better at explain this to regular people.
Am I a regular person? I feel like farm planning as a concept is like dichotomy is what I think of, or like polar opposites.
Throw it in there.
It's like fantasy versus reality, hopefulness and dread. It's like all of the extremes.
Yeah. Farm planning we never like it.
I hate planning. Like, I hate farm planning, but I do love a good plan.
Every decision opens up a bigger conversation where you have to like step back and ask yourself, like, does this matter? What is the purpose? What are we seeking to learn? How are we going to collect that information?
How much time do you want to invest in all of this stuff?
Will this make a difference? Does my life matter? No, you're kind of. And then you come back down into like, we got 36 feet. Farm planning for us is probably different than on a regular farm.
Yeah, there's no predictability to it.
Some things are a continuation of multi-year projects and other things are brand new and we're constantly like reshuffling and I'm getting out of control.
Sure you don't want some more? It's the living laboratory.
Yeah. What we're growing, it's not just a crop that goes out into the world. It's like a crop of information. Yeah. It's like data. Is it a film? Is it a book? Is it a course? It's like, what will all of this become? When we're planning, we're actually asking all of those questions.
Whatever you decide, it sets the trajectory of the year. So don't screw it up.
It's like no pressure.
No, but it all starts with a plan. It all starts with the farm plan.
Yeah.
And we haven't started the farm plan.
It all starts once we start.
Yeah. We're here now.
Here we are. Today's the day.
We're going to start today.
Oh boy, it's going to go off the rails. Now, the meadow, we have 48. And we can fit about 40.
Okay.
We also have some that have special features.
Okay.
There are 19 of those.
I think when it comes to farm planning, the process is the same regardless of your space. But you do need to start with what you have to work with.
How big is this field block? How many rows can fit in it? How long are those rows?
Yeah, is it okay to move the plum?
I think so. And then what are all the plants that are part of each project?
Right.
We begin with all the numbers. And then your goals.
Don't limit yourself. Like, dream big. Really, like, start with all the things you can think of, and then you can trim from there versus the opposite.
Do you feel like good about that? Okay.
You're great with the math. I'm horrible with the math.
That's the only math I know is plant math.
Yeah.
Because that's all I care about.
Okay, so 90 feet times 12 inches.
The plan comes from reconciling each side, what you have to work with and what you want, and then it's...
Exactly, and then you come out with the plan.
Yeah. Sounds easy.
It'll take us 3 to 4 days.
Probably.
What are all those pieces of paper?
These represent trees. Yellow Post-its are trees. And then we're going to play the game of where do they go? Come on.
If we have to go through all of the supplies that we use for farm planning.
Okay, game on.
Maybe put a star next to if it's showy. Okay. And then I'll start at the top. Okay. Okay.
Sharp number 2 pencils. Okay.
Ruler.
Oh, I was going to say ruler. Super sticky 2x2 Post-its.
It's like a rodent's like making a nest.
That's just me. The big easel pads, gridded and plain.
Glue stick. Tape. Toner for
cartridges.
Toner for the printer. Yep. notebook. So many spiral notebooks.
So many notebooks.
Good pens. Pilot, favorite brand.
Yeah. G7 or G10.
7. Well, 10's nice too.
7's nice. Time and a place.
Potato chips.
Oh, potato chips. I like plain salted.
Same.
Barbecue's also good.
But it will give you a headache if
Yeah.
you only eat those.
Right. Stay away from the Doritos.
Don't eat mixed nuts.
Is that get you?
Just like too many. Like,
Yeah.
What else? Last year's records. Breeding binders. Your dorky trapper keepers.
So dorky.
Yeah.
Oh, pencil sharpener.
Electric or manual.
Is that even a question? Spreadsheets.
Paper. So much paper.
So much paper. That's kind of the best part, though.
I know. That's the part I love. Oh man, we're such paper people.
You look at it and you're like, whoa, it's like a beautiful mind, but it's really just two bozos with a bunch of Post-its. I think it's the physical act of like cutting things out of paper or writing it on the wall. It helps make sense for my brain.
Me too. Like if I see my handwriting or Jill's handwriting, my mind grabs onto it. I think it's embracing the way that you're wired. Oh, that's not too many pages.
This is not it.
Oh. I was like, wow, I can do that. Not even close on the table.
Nice try.
I thought it was going to be simple and small. Planning a farm is hard.
I think that we overcomplicate everything. I think a pencil and a piece of graph paper and a tape measure and just start.
Okay, Graham's gift is another studio potential. This crabapple blooms for over a month. Graham's gift will reach a mature height of 20 feet. That doesn't sound bad. Don't you think? I mean, if it tastes like little golden delicious apples you like to eat. Graham's.
Erin is wired for a lot. She can do a lot. She can have a lot of plates spinning at the same time. She's just wired that way.
How the heck are we gonna choose? Oh, this is so cool. So cool.
I get so much joy out of seeing Erin's joy. I love just the adventure of this, where I can just see her light up about like collecting 500 plants of some kind. She just has to do this thing. She has to learn about it and close the loop. And I love that. Like, I've always wanted to be in super support of that.
I asked people today, what do they want to know about crabapples? Because they always ask me questions. Overwhelmingly, they said, why do you like them?
That's what people say to me
They're
too.
like, what's the deal?
Why do you like crab apples? Like, why crab apples?
Because they are a tree for all seasons is why. I love that, right?
You know what I like about crab apples?
What?
They're pretty, and to me, they're low maintenance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like it's like a lot. It can be a lot.
Remember you used to talk about Chris as like when you're scanning at the grocery store and like the light turns green?
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of the dynamic. If Chris is blessed it, like the light turns green.
This is all going to affect him, and he's going to be the one that makes sure that all these plants survive and the greenhouses get designed and built.
Yes.
And the soil is prepared. I mean, we have amazing help here on the farm, but Chris is really the one who's going to like make sure that all that stuff comes off like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So it kind of starts with like, how much does he feel like we can take on?
I do help put some boundaries around some of our plans, but I never ever want to like put the kibosh on anything.
Okay.
I always want to be like, let's go for it. Let's try and do that. I feel like I get a lot of payoff in who I am just supporting that.
I feel like that's kind of key. So maybe let's read Graham's gift one more time. I don't know if you're so into this. Let's plan in the laundry room.
Can I throw in a load?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I've got some questions.
I think we all do. I know I do.
Unicorn pinks.
Eric is really involved in the breeding work and in the seed saving. He's cleaned every single variety that we've grown, and some of them we have one seed.
Okay, here's stubby squid, which has one seed.
Stubby squid. Let's see where's the seed? The one
There it
seed.
is.
Oh my gosh.
So Eric's like essentially preparing everything and collecting all the numbers so that we know what we have to work with.
There's a lot of seed. The bigger question in the planning is what should we cut out, which is the harder question. What should we move forward with is probably the easier question because there's a lot of things that we're excited about, but we had over 100 selections this year and we just can't possibly go forward with everything. Or maybe we could, but we couldn't do that year after year after year. This time is both for dreaming and for editing, and it's both equally important.
You're just like looking for like one seed.
The editing is the harder part.
Somehow got a sunflower seed in there.
The sunflower seed?
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like the bonus pack.
Yeah.
So you did cleaning the seeds yet?
No.
This is the bigger go time for me, definitely. Like, I've been cleaning seeds since October. Getting Sam trained a little bit. He's been cleaning dahlia seed. But, you know, it's mostly just me and a wizard. Here's Chris's rainbow by Pink Cactus.
That's right. You could just attach Chris's rainbow to anything and it'll be like, it'll be amazing. It's a standout.
Yep.
Sam's just like buzzing in the background. He's helping us figure out all of the supplies that we're gonna need. So if I say, okay, here are all the seeds I wanna sow, and this is how many of each, he will then go and figure out how many trays we need, how many cubic feet of potting soil fit in X amount of trays, how to calculate how many cups of fly larvae each week to order.
Everything that we need in order to take a plant from seed all the way to harvest.
Of all the hoops in the shires, the 76 or whatever of those, then we take away 10 or 12, say 12. That opens up 12 for something else, but then if we had 70 something isolations, right, and I don't want to build any more hoops.
Yeah.
I promise, Chris, we wouldn't do that. Like, no more construction just for a year. But then,
Just for a year.
but then where are they gonna go?
Yeah.
But the year started a year ago.
Yeah. I might back out on my promise.
The other thing about farm planning here is that it has changed every year what we're focusing on, what we're doing. So we always go into it just kind of wondering like, what is it going to be this year?
You got the one rescue? Yeah, I got the one rescue. These names are fabulous. Prime time. It's like prime time hunting season.
Was there a deer candy?
That
one?
I thought. Did we not get deer candy?
Maybe not.
you guys doing?
We are gathering up all the trees that are getting planted in the new orchard. These are all the super duper heirloom, rare, almost went extinct varieties that I got. They're crab apples.
What is the lowest moment you guys have had during farm planning?
Starting over.
Yeah.
That's happened a few times.
Like you really get into it and you realize that you bit off way more than you could chew, or you got to go back to the beginning.
Right.
That's hard.
That's really hard. And I think that the starting over happens when you're trying to take too many factors into account.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't hear your own voice.
A lot of trees, man. It's so much work. You better be lit up about it.
Yeah.
We better be lit up about it. So we're going to be crawling through the bushes all season.
I know. I know.
For me, the big goals this season are to take each one of the plant collections, roses, lilacs, daffodils, crabapples, those are the big guys, and really hone in and organize them and document them and like really like make them a thing.
Yeah, that's all. I got that.
141.
Okay.
25. 32.
Then when it comes to breeding, just get deeper into the process and really document the process so that we can share how we're doing it with others. I think the last one would be, I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since we took on the process of making the farm a place. It is a place now. But some of the decisions we made early on, I don't agree with anymore. It's time to edit and refine the farm. It's a bit of a dance.
It is a dance. It is the sifting, though. It's like we start big and then one layer and one layer and one layer. And then...
Yeah, it's from the tiniest detail to the biggest picture vision of like, how do we want to change the world? And what color Post-it should I use?
Blue.
I was going to say green.
Super sticky.
Yeah.
Planning the farm for the season is like painting a masterpiece.
For me, planning the farm for the season is like going into a cave and then seeing if you can get out. Not really. Like you kind of go into this dark place.
And then chew your leg off.
Maybe. And you hope you survive until someone comes in and finds you. Every time we do get into it, I wonder, are we going to get ourselves out of this?
Right.
Are we going to come out with a plan?
And I'm always confident that we will. I think
I waver.
You waver.
Yeah.
I know that this is part of the process
Yeah.
and to expect this.
Yeah.
You think we're going to die.
Yeah. So I started chewing your leg off.
Yeah, it's not your leg, it's my leg.
I'm hungry. We're out of chips.
Congratulations. Cheers.
So we're taking the seeds over to the barn. We have our seed sowing spreadsheet done. We have all of our little spreadsheets and tickets and everything to tape down on the map, and we're like,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
2024 farm planning.
They have to start sowing seeds in like 3 days.
Yeah. Hey, we did it.
We did it. I thought we should high five. Yeah.
Don't miss.